Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. Trying to free your mind.
Millions more 23andMe users exposed online. Now, this comes from Cyber News, and it said more than 4 million people have had their ancestry data leaked in a fresh cyber blow to 23andMe, one of the most popular direct-to-consumer genetic testing services. And it said the same actor who earlier leaked samples of private user data from 23andMe has now exposed millions of people with the possibility of more to come. It says one shared data file contains more than 4 million individuals, most of whom are allegedly from the United Kingdom. And it says another has more than 100,000 individuals from Germany. And it said the hacker's name is Golem. And he says the wealthiest people living in the US and Western Europe apparently is on this list, allegedly. But it says, in the previous leak, the data contains entries for name, sex, age, location, ancestry markers such as lineage, Y-DNA, and mtDNA. And it also says, so this threat actor also claimed to obtain the 7 million data from users last week. And the hacker says, for now, I am only sharing 1/3 of the profiles with German origins from the database. And the most interesting part about this leak is that 23andMe said they have no indication that there is, at this time, that there is any data security incident within our systems, or that 23andMe was a source of account credentials used in these attacks. Now, they said that this is probably attributed to a credential stuffing attacks, which means basically there are other leaks of profiles somewhere else, and the hackers just took advantage of that and tried it in other logins, essentially. Continuing on, it says the company's investigation indicates that the threat actor was able to access certain customer accounts in instances where users recycled login credentials, as we pointed out last week. And it says this means that the username and passwords on 23andMe were the same as those on other websites that have previously been hacked. So it says we have notified customers and have taken additional security measures, including requiring all accounts to go through a password reset and advising customers to enable multi-factor authentication. Not sure why you wouldn't have multi-factor enabled when you're dealing with DNA and ancestry markers, but whatever. So it says now the hacker basically slammed him for having a crappy IT security here. And it says if the source of the leak is solely a credential stuffing attack, why haven't you taken measures against it even in 2023? There's only one login service on web and mobile platforms. Why didn't you use CAPTCHA, Turnstile, etc.? Despite knowing that the user pass data of 92 million users of MyHeritage, where many of your joint common members, including your CEO, are known to be, has been circulating for years, you took no action. So this guy Golem says like this data's been around for a while and you have done nothing about it. And it says the hacker also claimed that there was no need for email verification to download raw data. That is terrible. It says to extract data in this way from 14 million people, at least 100,000 credentials are needed because most members have common relatives. How did you not notice that 100,000 of your customers' accounts had been accessed? How did you not detect this while millions of data belonging to other users were being scraped? Why didn't you define a rate limit based on input or parameter? They also reminded that even the data they were sharing was extremely valuable. Some independent organizations spend millions of dollars on research to obtain this data. Not even 1,000th of this data is found in any Y-DNA studies. So yeah, this hacker ripped them a new one for their crappy security. We will see what happens from this. We will see how much more data more will be leaked. Let me know in the comments again what you think. This is just part 2 of the 23andMe hack. It looks like more data in the UK and Europe have been exposed by this guy Golem. We'll see what happens. As always, thank you and take care.